Hello, notyourusualZero here.
Congratulations! Now that Chairman Dreck's account has been closed, you're Gadgetron's most valued customer. We've got new items available for you. Just check the new goodies menu on your pause screen. If you'd like, you can start a new game with all of your current weapons and bolts. You can also go back to your last save. Go ahead and pick one.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play, because right now this is the final screen before you, well, do anything else.
Congratulations! Now that Chairman
And yes, it just loops here, just 2 messages. As you can tell, this is meant for when you completed the game and it tells you everything that you missed out. Look at that, gold weapons, skill points, gold bolts. So what did I do here? I time warped back. But by completing the game, you unlock the goodies menu, which has a lot of goodies, as you can tell. And of course, this is where you'll finally get the hints at what you need to do for skill points, and among other things. Anyway, since this is a bonus episode, we're gonna supplement some stuff here.
This thing is heavy! Yeah, try carrying it around in your trench coat for 2 months.
Thank you, sir. We'll be sure to tell everyone about your services.
Listen, you little twerp. If you tell anyone what you saw or what we talked about...
Do I even have to say it?
Yous two have a nice day.
Yep, now we got the Rhino. Rip you a new one. The most overpowered weapon in the game. Which is why they obviously cannot let you have it in the first playthrough. And yeah, as you can tell, I have a lot of bolts. I cheated. Because there's no way I was going to do multiple playthroughs. Because legitimately, that's how you do it. You gotta do a whole bunch of playthroughs to unlock the Rhino and all these gold weapons. Look at it. You need all these just to get everything. And gold bolts too, why not? Oh boy. Unfortunately, this was a little too premature. At the time that I did this, I did not have all the gold bolts yet. This is just me going way too early. But yeah, as long as you have completed the game and start New Game Plus, you can in fact get the gold weapons as soon as you complete Velden. And they are ridiculously expensive. Like, I mean, you need to do multiple playthroughs to get all the bolts that you need here. Unless you're like me and cheat. Oh, and here's this little bonus. Exclusive to New Game Plus. You know, you carry your weapons with you when you do this, so... Yeah, you can still pick up these old weapons, even though you still have them. And you got the suck cannon. Again. Yep, it can happen.
You can't be serious.
Unfortunately, this message does not apply to every item you can get. You start off with the Persuader when you start the game, or New Game Plus, so you don't have to worry about doing certain side quests again, but unfortunately they just weren't that detailed in the end. Anyway, the gold weapons. They're basically the early version of the upgraded weapons that you see in later games. Since the sequel, Going Commando, or Locked and Loaded, or just Plain 2, added RPG elements to the health and weapon mechanics, your weapons level up on their own by use. Here though, you gotta buy the upgrades. But they basically are really powerful. Unfortunately though, by the time you get them, you've practically already beaten the game, so I guess they're good for something. Whoops. Yes, gold weapons. They're for the style and for... Really, I don't know. This is just, it's something, alright? I mean, at this point, you basically got everything. You don't need to do any more. Oh, and as you can tell here, that was the gold bolt count. Anyway, once you get everything in the game and do everything, you unlock more of the goodies menu. At this point, I've done all the skill points. Basically a bunch of stuff like destroy stuff. There's a lot of whole destroy stuff in the sky thing. And maybe some legitimate other stuff, but oh well. Credits, you've seen that already. Cheats. You unlock these by doing some like specific moves. You know, I think there's a game like that called Tomb Raider 2 that does something like that. Do specific moves to get certain cheats. Luckily, this game doesn't have a self-destruct cheat, so consider yourself lucky. You can see all the FMVs, you can see all the little cutscenes inside the levels. And there's all this bonus stuff. Anyway, since this is a long stretch of stuff to talk about, and I'm just one guy here, I'm just gonna be quiet for now. Enjoy all this in blissful silence.
Prepare to be transported to a brilliant sci-fi universe filled with imaginative characters, high-tech weapons and gadgets, and unprecedented action-packed shooting adventure. Welcome to the brave new world of Ratchet and Clank.
When we started talking about the ideas behind Ratchet and Clank, this character that rockets from planet to planet with weapons and gadgets, well, weapons suddenly jumped to the foreground. Ratchet lives on a backwater planet out in the edges of the galaxy.
He's a tinkerer, loves to put things together and take them apart to see how they work, very curious.
He's got this really strong thirst for adventure. And lucky for him, he gets to meet Clank, which allows him to travel to new worlds.
And Ratchet and Clank meet each other, but they don't necessarily get along.
Ratchet just wants to go out and blow stuff up and have a good time, and Clank is much more serious about accomplishing his goals.
Showcasing an impressive arsenal of state-of-the-art and radical weapons and gadgets, Ratchet & Clank delivers the future of entertainment here and now.
When you get weapons in this game, there's such immediate gratification. You can go out and blow the crap out of everything.
With the gadgets, we wanted to make sure that there was a lot of different options for the player when they're playing to kind of explore a lot of different ways to kind of cause some havoc and destruction.
There's the Tesla Claw, which shoots a bolt of electricity out, which actually picks characters up and throws them mid-air, and they explode. You've got the Suck Cannon, which allows you to suck characters in and hold them and fire them back out. The Rhino is an acronym for Rip Ya a New One, and you just stand back, fire that thing, and it destroys anything in its way.
I love the pyrociter. I'm not sure what that says about me.
One of the most unique weapons we have is the Visibomb.
It's awfully fun to cruise around the level from the bird's eye view and then target an enemy on the ground and just blow them up.
We were really surprised how quickly Ratchet came together. Ratchet started as this really small, scrappy cat-type thing, then kind of a much taller dog-like creature. And what I ended up doing was actually taking these two forms and putting them together, and that's pretty much how we ended up with them.
As artists, we've set a really high standard for what we want to achieve in this game, but it feels really good to know that programmers, the designers, everybody has set equally high standards.
Everybody who comes on board here is excellent at what they do and have really high expectations of delivering excellence.
When someone plays an Insomniac game, they can see anywhere they look in the game, there's an attention to detail, quality, as well as technical performance that is never lacking.
Developed by Insomniac Games, Ratchet & Clank is the development team's first entertainment venture for the PlayStation 2.
We knew we had to come up with something that was going to raise the bar even farther than Spyro had as far as action platformers went. And that's where Ratchet & Clank came from. We're actually expanding the genre. We're trying to break out of what people typically consider the action platformer or character action game genre.
One of the big differences between Spyro and Ratchet is being able to animate this stuff on the PS2.
In a single level in this game, there's probably more art than was in an entire game on one of our PS1 releases.
Every single level of the game, we bring forth something new for the player to do. By the 5th or 6th level of this game, we are up to the complexity of the strongest titles in the category, and there's a lot of levels in this game.
It's a very deep machine. We've written immense amounts of code and assembly language, probably more than 100,000 lines compared to what we did on the PS1. You know, more by a factor of 10.
We can have very rich, detailed environments. We can have lots of enemies attacking you at once with their different behaviors. The AI has become more complex. With the faster processor speeds, we can have many ships and planes and vehicles just traveling through to breathe life into the environments.
There's loads and loads of stuff wherever you look. There's detail, there's movement, explosions. It's a busy world.
We're not just creating these environments and expecting them to sit there and expecting people to say, wow, your polygons are so pretty. The point is, it's alive, and there's a lot going on. It's not a static universe, it's an interactive universe, and you interact with it.
This game has a lot of great things: art, technology, design, power from the PlayStation 2, but the best part of it is you get to blow shit up.
With a team of talented designers, programmers, artists, and animators, Insomniac Games raises the bar and delivers another captivating game only for the PlayStation 2.
When I tell people about what I do for a living, like, that's not work. It's fun.
The Insomniacs don't take themselves too seriously, and people love to come to work and just have a good time, and I think that really is shown in our characters.
Look, plumber's crack.
What did you just say?
I said, look, the plumber's back.
All right, wise guy.
We, as a company, are committed to giving our games a lot of humor. We use a little bit more sarcasm, and the humor's a little bit more biting.
With an immense arsenal of gadgets and weapons, innovative gameplay mechanics, an evolving economic system, unparalleled technology, and vibrantly detailed graphics, Ratchet & Clank is a galaxy-stomping, adrenaline-soaked masterpiece.
We've gone out of our way to make this thing the largest, loudest, most active world we could possibly think of.
What Insomniac has done with this game blows my mind every time I see it. Like, I just sit in awe and stare at the visual material and just the all-encompassing feel that this game offers.
There are a lot of things that the players have to do, a lot of things that players have to keep in mind, but when it comes down to it, it's really just about blowing shit up.
Blow up a lot of shit.
Blow up. Blowing shit up.
Ratchet & Clank, coming to a galaxy near you.
That is Corey. He's helping us with our inflatable decoy test for Ratchet & Clank. Oh, man.
The inflatable decoy, one of 36 weapons and gadgets not fit for this world. Rated T for teen.
Okay, Pete here is going to try to hit, that target with the Devastator, a rocket launcher designed for Ratchet & Clank. Oh, man! Oh!
The Devastator, one of 36 weapons and gadgets not fit for this world. Rated T for teen.
That is the Morph Array, and that, of course, is Jerry. The Morph Array is used in Ratchet & Clank to turn your enemies into chickens.
No, wait, before you do that, just explain to me how it's gonna work.
Oh, it worked! Jerry's a chicken! Are you sure we can turn him back? Jerry?
The Morph Array, one of 36 weapons and gadgets not fit for this world. Rated T for teen.
Oh, did you enjoy all that? Well, for me anyway, I didn't bother to look at that. Anyway, here's all the cheat codes. They're there. You got the obligatory big head mode and all that. And of course, it's another demonstration of the Rhino, because why not? And of course, there's also a mirror mode, because, well, I guess it is a nice way to freshen things up. I mean, even something like Rareware did it back in, like, Diddy Kong Racing. You ever did Adventure 2 mode? Or are you just one of those people that only did Adventure 1? I did Adventure 2. It was not fun. But anyway, yes, there's a mirror mode. Freshen up the experience. I mean, I remember this being weird to look at and play. You know, everything you're used to except not. There's also one cheat trippery contrails, which I can't really show off because I don't know how that's supposed to look. Oh yeah, look, I'm showing off the strafe thing. There, are you happy now? Whoever you are that might have wanted this, here we go. Oh yeah, and here's invincibility. Cool. It exists. It's there. And finally, I'm going to show off what happens when you complete New Game Plus. Of course, you have to do everything here again. Drek's no longer a pain with the Rhino. He's a big chump. And this time I didn't have to do any audio editing, so look at this. This is how the final boss music actually plays. You skipped cutscenes. And the actual credits.
I'm very impressed. You beat Drek again. If you choose to start another new game, I will create another new save game for you.
And that's all she says. Now, that is what happens when you 100% Ratchet & Clank. This is probably the easiest one to do it, besides one of those really short Ratchet & Clank games, but we'll get into that later. Anyway, thank you for watching Ratchet & Clank. I'm doing an Ape Escape next. I'm sure a friend of mine really appreciates it, considering how long I've been holding off on this. Anyway, thank you, and goodbye. Not your usual Zero, signing off.